Think antique pistols are just dusty museum pieces? Think again. While most people are chasing stocks and crypto, a small group of collectors are making serious money on antique semi-automatic pistols. Some of these firearms are appreciating faster than real estate, and the really smart money is getting in before prices skyrocket. Today we're counting down 20 antique pistols that are quietly becoming investment gold mines. If you've got one of these sitting in your gun safe, you might be richer than you think. And if you don't, well, you're about to find out which ones you should be hunting for. Let's break it down. Number 20. Colt Model 1908 Pocket Hammerless 380 ACP. Let's start with a pistol once carried by U.S. generals in World War II, the Colt Model 1908 Pocket Hammerless in .38 OACP. Designed by John Browning and produced from 1908 to 1945, it was the concealed carry standard of its era. Despite the name, it wasn't truly hammerless. The hammer was hidden under the slide, allowing smooth pocket draw without snagging. For collectors, provenance drives value. General Officer models stamped U.S. property now sell for $3,500 to $4,500. These were issued to senior officers like Patton, Eisenhower, and Bradley. Commercial examples in excellent condition bring $800 to $1,500, while factory letters, original boxes, or military markings push prices much higher. Factory-engraved pistols exceed $3,000. Pristine examples with mother-of-pearl grips reach $2,500. Although about 570,000 were made, few survive with high original finish. Condition is everything. Number 19. Walther PP pre-war, 1929 to 1945. Now we move to Germany with the Walther PP, short for Polizeipistole. Introduced in 1929, it revolutionized handgun design by introducing the modern double-action trigger system later adopted worldwide. It featured an exposed hammer, a combined safety and decocker, and a loaded chamber indicator, all considered advanced for its era. Pre-war, Walther PPs in excellent condition currently sell for $1,200 to $2,500. These early pistols command premiums because their fit and finish surpassed wartime production. Bluing was deeper, machining cleaner, and walnut grips were hand-fitted. Nazi-marked wartime examples with correct Waffenamt stamps typically bring $800 to $1,800 depending on condition and markings. What is driving values higher is scarcity. Many were refinished or modified, killing collector value. Original pre-1945 pistols with matching numbers and untouched finishes are increasingly rare. Commercial pre-war guns, especially boxed examples with accessories, are the most desirable. Number 18. Mauser HSc 1940 to 1945. Meet the Walther PP's refined rival, the Mauser HSc. Introduced in 1940, the name stands for Hahn Selbstspanner, or self-cocking hammer. It was Mauser's answer to the police pistol market and featured a sleeker profile, partially concealed hammer, and some of the most elegant lines of any wartime pocket pistol. Early production, low-grip screw models made before serial number 7, 01345, are extremely rare and can bring $2,000 to $3,000. Standard German military examples with Waffenamt marks sell for $500 to $1,200 in good condition. Navy-marked HSc pistols often reach $2,000 or more because the Kriegsmarine ordered far fewer than the Army. Collectors prize the HSc for its balance, natural point of aim, and refined design. Early war examples with deep bluing are far more desirable than late war simplified finishes. Swiss commercial variants are especially valuable. Post-war versions exist, but wartime originals are the true collector prize. Number 17. Luger P08. World War I. Production, 1914 to 1918. No list of collectible pistols is complete without the iconic Luger P08. For World War I production, This means pistols made by DWM and Erfurt between 1914 and 1918. These are not the most expensive Lugers, but they sit in a sweet spot for collectors seeking an authentic Great War sidearm at a realistic price. World War I Lugers with matching numbers typically sell for $1,500 to $2,500 depending on maker and condition. DWM examples are more common, while Erfurt Royal Arsenal pistols often bring a few hundred more due to sharper markings. Value drops sharply with mismatched numbers, rebluing, or import marks. An original pistol with 80 to 90% finish can be worth 2 to 3 times more than a compromised example. Artillery Lugers with 8-inch barrels and adjustable sights are far scarcer, selling for $2,500 to $4,500. Only about 150,000 were made. Originality and documentation drive everything. Number 16. Browning High Power Pre-War, pre-1940. Now we reach serious firepower with the Browning High Power, John Browning's final handgun design, completed by Dieudonné Sive at FN in Belgium. Pre-war, high powers made before the 1940 German invasion are the most desirable versions. They feature tangent sights graduated to 500 meters, slots for detachable shoulder stocks, and exceptional Belgian craftsmanship. Pre-1940, Belgian high powers with tangent sights sell for $2,000 to $4,000 in excellent condition. Examples with matching shoulder stocks can reach $6,000 to $8,000 or more. German occupation ended production in this original configuration, and post-war pistols lost both the tangent sights and stock slots. Chinese contract pistols marked with Chinese characters are especially rare and often exceed $5,000. Military contracts for Belgium, Estonia, Lithuania, and China add further collector appeal. With its 13-round capacity, the high-power changed handgun design forever. Finding an original example with matching numbers and finish is increasingly rare. Number 15. Mauser C96 Broomhandle, 1896 to 1937. The Mauser C96 Broomhandle is one of the most recognizable pistols ever made, named for its distinctive wooden grip. Produced from 1896 to 1937, with over 1 million manufactured, true collector-grade examples are far scarcer than the numbers suggest. This was Winston Churchill's pistol during the Boer War and later inspired Han Solo's blaster. Commercial C96s in good condition sell for $1,500 to $3,000. World War I. German military Red 9 variants, marked with a large red 9 on the grips, bring $3,000 to $5,000. Early cone hammer models from the 1890s can exceed $6,000. Chinese contract pistols with characters typically run $2,000 to $4,000. Matching shoulder stock holsters can double value. The C96 was widely copied, making authentication critical. Chamberings include 7.63 Mauser, 9mm, and rare experimental .45 ACP. Condition matters, as most saw heavy service worldwide. Number 14. Remington Model 51, 1918 to 1926. The Remington Model 51 is a forgotten classic that serious collectors quietly chase. Designed by John Peterson and produced from 1918 to 1926, only about 65,000 were made. That limited run alone sets it apart. The Model 51 used Pedersen's hesitation lock, a delayed blowback system far ahead of its time. It reduced felt recoil, allowed a slim profile, and made the pistol unusually accurate and pleasant to shoot. It was offered in 32 ACP and 380 ACP, with .380 being more common. Today, values range from $500 to $1,200 depending on condition. Examples with original boxes and paperwork can reach $1,500 to $2,000. Production ended because the design was expensive to machine and hand fit, making it uncompetitive during the Depression. A modern reboot in 2014 failed, only increasing interest in the original. As collectors recognize its engineering brilliance, Model 51 values continue to climb. Number 13. Colt Model 1911, World War I. Production, 1911 to 1918. 1911 is the most iconic American service pistol ever made. World War I. Production examples represent its purest form. Manufactured between 1911 and 1918, roughly 300,000 were produced by Colt, with another 200,000 by Springfield Armory. Original World War I Colts with matching numbers typically sell for $2,500 to $5,000 depending on condition. Springfield Armory examples bring similar money. The difference between average and premium prices comes down to originality, correct markings, matching parts, and remaining original finish. Exceptional examples with over 90% bluing and documented provenance can exceed $6,000. Rare variations drive values far higher. Early serial numbers under 1,000 have sold for $15,000 or more. Verified war bringbacks with original holsters and paperwork add major premiums. Many World War I 1911s were refinished or rebuilt, making untouched survivors increasingly scarce. These were combat tools, not collectibles, which is exactly why pristine examples command such respect and value today. Number 12. FN Model 1906 Vest Pocket 25 ACP. Don't let its tiny size fool you. The FN Model 1906 is a significant collector piece. Designed by John Browning and manufactured by Fabrique Nationale in Belgium, this 25 ACP pocket pistol was produced in massive numbers from 1906 to 1959. Despite millions being made, early pre-World War I examples in excellent condition are genuinely scarce. Pre-1914, FN 1906 pistols in 90% or better condition run $400 to $800. Post-World War I commercial examples bring $200 to $400. What makes early ones valuable? Superior finish quality and the fact that most were carried daily and show wear. Finding an early one with original nickeled or blued finish intact is difficult. Collectors particularly prize examples with royal crests, police markings, or special presentation engraving. These can bring $1,500 to $3,000. The FN 1906 was widely copied, from Colt's 1908 vest pocket to Spanish copies, but genuine FN manufacture with Belgian proofs is what collectors want. The market for these has been steadily climbing as collectors realize how few survived in top condition despite the huge production numbers. Number 11. Luger P08 Black Widow 1941 to 1942. Here's one of the rarest and most distinctive Luger variations, the Black Widow. Manufactured by Mauser in 1941 to 1942, these pistols featured an all-black oxide finish and black bakelite grips instead of the traditional blued steel and brown grips. They were intended for covert operations and were made in limited numbers. Authentic Black Widow Lugers in matching condition command $3,000 to $4,000, sometimes more. Beware of fakes. Regular Lugers are sometimes refinished black to mimic Black Widows. The real ones have specific proof marks, serial number ranges, and finish characteristics that experts can authenticate. Most genuine examples show honest wear from military service. What makes them special? Extreme rarity and the mystique of their intended purpose. Production was limited to about 10 to 15,000 pieces during 1941 to 1942. The black oxide finish was less durable than traditional bluing. So many show significant wear, making excellent condition examples particularly valuable. Documentation and expert authentication are absolutely critical in this market segment. These are not beginner collector pieces. You need to know what you're looking at or work with a reputable dealer who specializes in Lugers. Number 10. Nambu Type 14, 1925 to 1945. Moving to the Pacific Theater, the Nambu Type 14 was Japan's standard service pistol during World War II. Designed by Kijiro Nambu, it was produced from 1925 through 1945 and brought home by American GIs as war trophies. Its exposed trigger and unusual grip angle make it instantly recognizable. Matching number Type 14S in good condition typically sell for $600 to $1,500. Early production examples from the 1920s and 1930s command premiums due to better finish quality and sharper markings. Late war pistols show rough machining, simplified grips, and substituted materials as Japanese industry collapsed. Complete sets with original holsters, cleaning rods, and spare magazines bring $1,800 to $2,500. Collectors seek early, late, and last-ditch variations. While not known for reliability, the Type 14 is historically significant, and clean examples with original parts continue to rise in value. Number 9. Beretta Model, 1934. 1934 to 1945. Italy's standard military pistol during World War II was the Beretta Model 1934, a compact blowback-operated .380 ACP designed by Tullio Marangoni. It earned a strong reputation for reliability, accuracy, and elegant Italian craftsmanship. Wartime Beretta 1934s with proper Italian military markings typically sell for $600 to $1,200 in good condition. Royal Italian Army pistols with fascist eagle markings are especially desirable. Navy-marked examples are rarer and often bring $1,500 to $2,000. After Italy's surrender in 1943, German forces requisitioned Berettas and marked them with Waffenamt stamps. These examples trade in the $800 to $1,500 range. Post-war Italian Air Force pistols are also collectible. The lightweight Allegorita variant is significantly rarer and more valuable. Matching number pistols with original grips and 90% or better finish command the highest premiums and are increasingly difficult to find. Number 8. Walther P38. 1940 to 1945. The Walther P38 replaced the Luger as Germany's standard military pistol, with full production beginning in 1940. It was cheaper and faster to manufacture, more reliable in harsh conditions, and introduced the double-action trigger that reshaped modern handgun design. Early war Walther-made P38s with high-quality bluing and sharp markings typically sell for $1,000 to $2,000. Rare Zero Series pre-production pistols can exceed $5,000. Late war examples with simplified phosphate finishes bring $600 to $1,200. Manufacturer matters. Walther, Mauser, and Spreewerk all produced P38s, with early Walther examples commanding the highest premiums. French post-war P38s marked SVW, assembled from captured German parts, trade in the $400 to $800 range. Collectors value matching numbers, original wartime finish, and correct accessories. Arsenal refinishing sharply reduces value. Demand remains strong as World War II German pistols continue to anchor the collector market. Number 7. Polish Radom VIZ, ISWZ 35. Pre-war 1936 to 1939. The Polish Radom VIZ ESWZ 35 is widely regarded as one of the finest military pistols ever built. Designed by Piotr Wilniewicz and Jan Skrzypinski, it blended the best elements of the Colt 1911 and Browning high power. True pre-war Polish production, manufactured before the German invasion in September 1939, represents the peak of VYS quality. Polish eagle-marked examples in excellent condition command $2,500 to $5,000, with early 1936 to 1937 pistols exceeding $6,000. These feature commercial-grade polish, deep bluing, and original Bakelite grips marked VIS and FB. German occupation pistols marked P35P typically sell for $1,000 to $2,000 due to simplified wartime production. Polish eagle guns are roughly 10 times rarer. Complete sets with original holsters, tools, and magazines can reach $7,000 to $10,000. Provenance and originality are everything with this pistol. Number 6. Astra Model 400 1921 to 1945. Spain's Astra Model 400 is one of the most distinctive military pistols of the 20th century. Adopted by the Spanish Army in 1921, it was designed by Pedro Carriaga and chambered in the powerful 9mm Largo. Its simple blowback system was massively overbuilt, giving the pistol a reputation for durability in harsh conditions. Uniquely, the Model 400 could also cycle 380 ACP, 9mm parabellum, and .38 ACP, a versatility unmatched at the time. Spanish Civil War era examples typically sell for $700 to $1,500, with Republican-marked pistols exceeding $2,000. German contract Astra 600s in 9mm parabellum bring $1,200 to $2,500 due to wartime demand. Chilean Navy contract pistols are also highly collectible. Early 1920s production with original finish and grips is most valuable. Heavy, reliable, and historically significant, the Astra 400 spans two major conflicts, and complete examples with original holsters are becoming increasingly scarce. Number 5. Soviet Tokarev TT-33 pre-war, 1933 to 1940. The Soviet TT-33, designed by Fyodor Tokarev, was inspired by Browning designs but simplified for mass production. Pre-war examples made at the Tula Arsenal from 1933 to 1940 are far rarer and more valuable than later wartime guns. Chambered in the powerful 7.62 by 25mm Tokarev, it was known for penetration and reliability. Pre-war TT-33s with matching numbers typically sell for $1,000 to $2,000. Earlier TT-30 pistols, produced from 1930 to 1936, can exceed $3,000 due to limited production of just 93,000. Value hinges on originality, matching numbers, early serial ranges, and original grips marked with the Communist star and CCCP. Post-war variants were produced in the millions, but untouched Soviet examples are scarce. Import modifications hurt value. Original military configuration is what serious collectors seek. Number 4. Colt Model 1903 Pocket Hammerless Military 32 ACP. The Colt Model 1903. Pocket Hammerless began as a civilian pistol, but became a quiet military workhorse. During World War II, roughly 17,000 were purchased by the U.S. military for officers, OSS agents, and specialized personnel needing a compact sidearm. Examples stamped U.S. property carry significant premiums over commercial guns. Military 1903s in excellent condition bring $2,000 to $3,500. Comparable commercial pistols sell for $800 to $1,500. Military value comes from original Parkerized finishes, correct inspector marks, and documented service history, including OSS use in Europe. After the war, generals continued using the 1903 until 1972. Original military examples are scarce due to refinishing and modifications. High-grade commercial engraved models can exceed $4,000. Number 3. Steyr-Hahn Model 1912 to 1919. The Steyr-Hahn Model 1912 was Austria's service pistol through World War I and the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It stood out for its rotating barrel locking system and internal 8-round magazine loaded by stripper clips, advanced engineering for its era. Originally chambered in 9mm Steyr, many were later converted to 9mm parabellum by Romanian and German forces. Original Austro-Hungarian examples in 9mm Steyr bring $800 to $1,600. Romanian 08 conversions run $700 to $1,400. German World War II requisitioned pistols with Waffenamt marks often exceed $1,800. Rare Chilean contract guns reach $2,000 to $3,000. Service across 2 world wars and multiple conflicts makes original, matching examples increasingly scarce. Number 2. Luger P08 Artillery Model WWI 1914 to 1918. The artillery Luger is one of the most recognizable German military pistols ever built. Designed for artillery crews and stormtroopers, it featured an 8-inch barrel, adjustable rear sight graduated to 800 meters, and compatibility with the 32-round drum magazine. It was a dramatic departure from standard Lugers. Matching WWI artillery Lugers typically sell for $4,000 to $8,000. Complete sets with original drum magazines, shoulder stock holsters, and accessories can exceed $12,000. Early DWM production is especially desirable. Only about 150,000 were made, making them far scarcer than standard models. Matching numbers and original finish are critical, as refinished examples lose significant value. Heavy wartime use makes high-condition survivors increasingly rare and highly sought after. Number 1. Mauser C96 Bolo Commercial, 1920 to 1921. At number 1 sits the Mauser C96 Bolo, a pistol born directly from post-war politics. After World War I, the Treaty of Versailles banned German military firearms. Mauser responded by producing commercial C96s with shortened 3.9-inch barrels. The nickname Bolo, short for Bolshevik, came from large sales to Soviet Russia and Chinese warlords. Commercial Bolos in excellent condition bring $3,000 to $6,000. Soviet contract examples with Russian markings exceed $8,000. Chinese warlord contract pistols with documented characters can reach $10,000. Only about 100,000 were made between 1920 and 1921, creating real scarcity. Original configuration is critical. Proper German commercial proofs, matching parts, and unmodified condition determine value. For collectors, the Bolo is a centerpiece tied to revolution, geopolitics, and history, and its value continues to climb. 20 antique pistols that are appreciating in value faster than most traditional investments. The key takeaway? Condition and originality are everything. A pistol with original finish and matching numbers is worth multiples of what a refinished or modified example brings. Documentation, provenance, and proper authentication matter tremendously in this market. These aren't just firearms. They're pieces of history, mechanical art, and increasingly serious investments. If you've got questions about specific pistols or want to know more about the collector market, drop a comment below. And if you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into collectible firearms. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!